CASS, that is copper accelerated acetic acid salt spray tests. This test is very useful to evaluate the corrosion resistance of metallic coatings under stringent conditions. It is different from ASTM B117, and that is regularly done with the 5% NaCl, and that is called NaCl solution, that is called that is a neutral salt spray resistance tests. In fact, that is a regular salt spray resistant test used for testing any corrosion resistance for metallic coatings and electroplating materials. And this is also used to study, that is this ASTM B368. It's an aggressive corrosion resistant test, and that is used to study the harsh environmental conditions of electroplated components or painted components. Usually we take 5% acetic acid solution in a chamber that is kept at 50 degrees centigrade, and the samples coated with the relevant paint materials so are exposed to acetic acid vapor. And normally based on the customer requirements, it can be kept for 24 hours or 48 hours or 96 hours, etc. But in the case of ASTM B117, it is used to be tested for say about 48 hours, then 120 hours, and then 300 hours, in certain cases 600 hours, and in certain cases even 1000 hours. But based on the type of coating system, the duration may vary. So similarly, this is also applied. And what are the tests which are carried out after the panels are subjected to the that is a copper accelerated acid salt resistance, salt spray test? Blisters. We had to check for blisters. Then we had to look for any pitting problems and any creeping is there, and that is any visible defects can be identified. Then we can test the sellotape adhesion also. And usually that is whenever a paint is tested, it should be tested only after say about 7 to 10 days of curing. And we should not test any paint immediately, say within 3 days or 2 days. Okay, so we have to allow the paint to cure completely. So as I already mentioned, this B368, that is ASTM B368, is more aggressive tests. And one of my friends, he asked about that is how to improve the performance of the coating in the copper accelerated that is resistance test, that is CASS test. Usually that is we can categorize under formulation. So that is by changing the formulation or upscaling or upgrading or qualifying the formulation. So this is one aspect of the paint and composition. Then we had to focus on the surface preparation of the paint. Then we should insist for the application methods also. So what type of application methods we are going to use here. And then we have to discuss about the curing aspect also. So curing is also very important. How it is cured, whether it is a dried or by 2-pack or by stoving, etc. And then the regular testing and continuous monitoring, all these things, testing and the evaluation. So these things are the important parameters. Then we should have the consistent quality control also, that is called the strict quality control or quality assurance. Then we should take that is appropriate the research and development also. So with respect to the modern materials, because the raw materials are every day they are changing. So we have to check the quality of the raw material, and based on that how effectively, cost effectively we can formulate. So all these things are very important. Then the compliance with the standards and environmental factors. So these things are taken into account. Now let me explain about the that is a formulation aspect, and thereby how we can improve the what you call the corrosion resistance, especially by this CASS tests. So here we have to use high quality resins, popular resin, branded resins only. Then regarding pigments, we have to be very careful. Okay, so pigments should also be taken into account, and there are some special additives. So we have to give importance to such type of additives also, right? And we can use the corrosion inhibitors also. Okay, some special type of corrosion inhibitors are available, so that is also very important. And then we can think of barrier coatings, the top coatings or barrier coatings also, so that we can further prevent from say that is a moisture, etc. Then we cannot stop simply with the formulation. We have to work on the surface preparation also. So as far as surface preparations are concerned, that is, we have to improve the surface based on the type of metal. If it is a mild steel, then you can go for a good that is, you can either go for iron phosphating. Nowadays there are superior phosphating materials available with the zinc phosphating. And nowadays we have got various types of phosphating, like trication phosphating. And nowadays we talk about this nano coatings, that is nano ceramic coatings, which is nothing but nano zirconium oxide. So by giving such type of a specialty, that is surface pre-treatment, these are all called metal conversion coatings. So that it prepares the surface, and thereby it will improve the corrosion resistance. I want to stress one important one here. See, that is, just by taking zinc phosphating or nano ceramic coating, you cannot achieve the what you call the best corrosion resistance. By itself, it's not corrosion resistance, to be frankly, that is saying this, because it has to, the nano ceramic coating by itself is, that is highly hygroscopic, even a zinc phosphate coating. So it has got minute pores, and these pores are useful for anchoring the top coat, and thereby actually, that is, it acts as a sandwich coating or the base coat for the top coat of a very tough, that is weather conditioned or weather resistant coatings. So we have to improve the, that is a base coat or the such kind of metal conversion coating. This is generally called metal pre-treatment. So this pre-treatment should be done properly, and any problem arises in the pre-treatment stage itself will be very aggressive. So, and the third one is, as I already suggested, the application method, and what is the DFT you are going to maintain, and what is the service conditions, and where the component is going to be exposed, and how much DFT is required. So all these things are taken into account. And not only that, when we talk about the formulation, the paint, apart from the pigment, the resin takes an important role. So what kind of resin and what kind of specialty additives are going to be incorporated, so all are important. So I would suggest that is, you can approach any technical consultant like me, or there are so many persons, much more senior, experienced persons available in our country itself. You please contact them and get a better formulation. And before that, sit with your, that is clients, and that is discuss the actual requirement to withstand the environmental conditions. Okay, for example, when let me consider a tractor. So if it is a tractor, then it is actually that is requiring a very high, that is corrosion resistance, because it is subjected to stringent atmosphere. But in the case of any sophisticated car, after all, it's not going to be plowed in any agricultural field, So where I would suggest that is that you can that is reduce the salt spray resistance hours also. So it is not necessary that is the salt spray resistance hours for what you call this tractor and an ordinary car or bike should be equal. So it may be different. So for tractor, it requires a very stringent requirement. So likewise, we have to discuss with the concerned clients and arrive at a mutually satisfied specification, and based on that, you have to match with all these things. Okay, and as far as the testing and the evaluation, that is as here, the raw material itself should be tested properly and followed by intermediate testing, and finally that may be the end product testing. So all these three should be given equal weightage, and including the process control, that is also very important. Okay, so I think that is let me summarize whatever I have discussed. So CASS is nothing but the copper accelerated then acetic acid salt spray test, and it is evaluated for extremely aggressive conditions. Okay, and if there is any doubt, you can give your questions in the comments column. I am ready to explain further. Thank you.